Good day, champions. Welcome to the channel. Today, I'll be sharing content on how to break down your goal into smaller actionable steps to increase your chances of achieving them. If you are here for the first time, welcome. I am Anoxando, and on this channel, I share content on mindset and goal achievement. If you like what you hear, keep coming back. I hope you have the part of determining your unique goals completed. If not, after watching this, do go back and watch it. I'll link it up above. To make your goal setting a powerful process, an important part is to break down your goals. And an ideal way to start is to envision the future that you want. How best to motivate yourself to bring that vision to reality. I mean, you want to achieve those goals, right? To know if you've reached your goal, as well as to have a focus and clear direction towards the goals you want, it's important as much as possible to set these goals as SMART goals. Disclaimer, not all goals though have to be SMART goals, but the big ones do to enable you achieve them. SMART is an acronym. S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable or attainable, R for relevant, and T for time-bound. When goals are set this way, they make it much easier to break them down for achievement. S for specific. A specific goal answers exactly what is to be achieved or accomplished, as well as who is responsible for what and the steps involved. So, I want to be happy or I want to be super rich is not a SMART goal because it is too vague, not specific enough. On the other hand, I want to earn $3 million in the next 3 years is more specific. Even better is I want to earn $3 million in the next 3 years by starting a luxury car dealership in downtown Accra. See the difference? M is for measurable. You should be able to measure if your goals are on track by the progress made. So by defining an amount and a time frame, you'll be able to track where you are against the set goal. So if at the end of year 1, for example, you haven't found a location in downtown Accra, or you've only sold one luxury car, you'll be able to tell where you are in relation to your ultimate goal. A then is for attainable or achievable. Ensuring that your goals are attainable makes their achievement possible. It's not attainable to say, for example, I want to lose 30 pounds in a week. A more attainable goal might be, I want to lose a pound or two each week. R is for relevant. Remember, you have a good reason for setting your goals, so they must be relevant to the direction in which you want to go. This will also help when things get tough along the way, to remember why you started it and to self-motivate when things get tough in order to be able to push forward. Finally, we are T, and T is for time-bound. A goal has to be time-bound in that it has beginning and end dates. Without this time constraint or deadline, this lack of urgency tends to reduce your motivation for achieving. After writing your big goals down as SMART goals, you simply break them down because the smaller they are, the more likely you are to do them. And once you do one step, it is much easier to continue going, and that momentum keeps moving you forward towards achieving. Let's look at how to do this. The key is when breaking down your goals, you need to break them down enough to actions that you can take. Let's say you have a goal of planning an 80s themed birthday party, and you put down, plan my birthday party. Well, that goal is too big. Unless you love planning birthday parties. Well, for the rest of us, we'll need to break it down further. So, for such a goal, you could break it down into categories. Think of the best birthday party you could envision, and then work backwards of the things you need to have in order to have that birthday party be a blast. So, you could have things like catering, food and drinks. You could have music and entertainment, decor. You could have the location, invitation, guest list, all as different categories that you break down further. So you could take the food and decide, I want a Mediterranean theme, and then break down the different foods you would offer at the party. Who would cater, when things are to arrive, and to what location. So that will be breaking down the food category into smaller and smaller goals. But what if it's a goal like losing weight or drinking more water? You'd approach it the same way. You envision the fitter, healthier, more energetic you, and then you work backwards. So, for example, you can set and write down a SMART goal of, by or on 30th December 2023, I will have 10% less body fat. Then you work backwards as to what you need to do in relation to achieving this goal. So, for example, you might have to eat healthier, you might have to work out, you might have to drink more water, even meditate, have more self-awareness. So these will be different categories. Under exercising, for example, you could break that down further to determine what kind of exercises would you want to do. What things do you enjoy in that area? Maybe biking, swimming, dancing. Biking, for example, you can determine, would I be biking at home on a stationary bike, or join a biking team? If you'd like to join a biking team, you then look for teams in your area and then find out when they go riding, sign up, get the requisite gear and equipment, and then on the day of your first activity, make sure you step up. Make sure you go and start riding with your team. This is also a wonderful way to make friends with people who are doing healthier activities. To determine how long you do a task for depends on how small of a step you need to take. So, for example, with the biking, if it's 2 times a week, 30 minutes, you can do it, go for it. With reading every night, if it's for 10 minutes or 5 pages, go for it. As long as you're stepping forward and taking action, that is great. You may have heard of just putting on your tennis shoes, for example, as a tiny habit in starting to exercise and then building from there. This is from Tiny Habits by James Clear. I'll be doing a future video on developing habits, so watch out for that. The lesson here is there is no step too small. It's like building a muscle. Little by little, the more you do it, the stronger you get. As Brian Tracy says, everything is hard till it's easy, and everything is difficult at the beginning, but later it becomes easy and automatic. One advice I would give is to start with one major goal at a time so you don't get overwhelmed, and really focus on achieving this one goal. This will set you up for success instead of trying to achieve many goals and not achieving any. I've linked the handout on determining your unique goals. I'd like you to look at the last question about what 3 things, if you achieved in the next 6 months, would you be ecstatic about? I would urge you to choose one of those 3, the one that excites you the most, to start working on. Remember, start with one goal at a time so that you get that major change, which will give you a boost in terms of achieving goals and enable you to move further, achieving more and more. If you found this information helpful, share and like. If you're new, consider subscribing and keep coming back for more videos on goal achievement and mindset. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful time breaking down your goals and achieving them.